We hope you've been enjoying our series on ancient history, from Mesopotamia to Greece and Rome. We've covered the origins of civilization in the Fertile Crescent, the rise and fall of great empires, and the emergence of classical antiquity. And now it's time to travel south and explore the cradle of the Mediterranean, ancient Egypt. For 3,000 years, from around 3000 BC until the Arab conquest in the 7th century AD, Egypt was home to some of the most powerful and long-lasting states in world history. From the enigmatic pharaohs to the Great Pyramids and sprawling temples, Egyptian civilization continues to captivate us today. So join us as we delve into the rich history of ancient Egypt. Before we jump into it though, if you enjoy learning about ancient civilizations, be sure to subscribe for more videos about the greatest empires of all time. Ancient Egypt is often divided into three kingdoms: the Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and New Kingdom, with each period marked by significant advancements in art, architecture, and culture. The Old Kingdom spanned from around 2682 to 2180 BC and is known for its monumental pyramids and the rise of Memphis as a political center. The Old Kingdom saw the pharaohs amass immense wealth and power, with kings like Snefru and Khufu overseeing ambitious construction projects that left an enduring legacy on the landscape. However, towards the end of this period, the central authority began to decline, leading to a fragmentation of power and a shift in the political landscape. During the First Intermediate Period, which lasted from 2180 to 2055 BC, Egypt experienced a period of instability and decentralization, which gave rise to regional governors known as nomarchs who exerted control over their respective regions. But during the Middle Kingdom, which spanned from around 2055 to 1650 BC, Egypt witnessed a resurgence of power and unity under the 12th dynasty, with the seat of power shifting to Thebes. Pharaohs such as Mentuhotep II and Senusot III expanded the kingdom's borders and promoted trade and cultural exchange. The Middle Kingdom is also remembered for its literary achievements, including the famous tale of Sinat, which offers a glimpse into Egyptian society and values during this era. However, the Second Intermediate Period followed, which was marked by the increased influence of foreign powers, particularly the Hyksos, a group of foreign rulers who established control over Lower Egypt. This intrusion led to further fragmentation and instability within Egypt. But during the New Kingdom, which lasted from around 1543 to 1069 BC, Egypt experienced a remarkable revival under the 18th dynasty. Pharaohs like Ahmose I expelled the Hyksos and reunited Egypt. Subsequently, powerful rulers such as Thutmose III, Hatshepsut, and Ramesses II expanded the empire to its greatest territorial extent. Engaging in extensive trade and military campaigns, the New Kingdom is renowned for its magnificent temples and tombs, such as the Valley of the Kings, where many pharaohs were laid to rest. During this era, Egypt became a formidable military power, but internal conflicts and a decline in central authority eventually led to its weakening. Following the collapse of the New Kingdom, Egypt descended into a period of decline known as the Third Intermediate Period, which lasted from around 1069 to 664 BC. During this time, the country was ruled by several foreign powers. The first to conquer Egypt was the Nubian kingdom of Kush, followed by the Assyrians and then the Persians. Despite these external influences, Egypt retained its distinct cultural identity and continued to develop its own unique traditions. The Persian conquest of Egypt in 525 BC marked a significant turning point in its history. Under the Achaemenid Empire, Egypt was incorporated into a vast network of trade routes, facilitating cultural and economic exchanges between different regions. The Persians implemented administrative reforms, introducing a new system of governance that impacted the local population. Despite occasional rebellions, Egypt largely remained stable during Persian rule. In 332 BC, Alexander the Great invaded and conquered Egypt, marking the beginning of the Hellenistic period. After his death, Egypt came under the rule of his general Ptolemy I, who established the Ptolemaic dynasty. The Ptolemies were of Macedonian Greek descent, yet they took measures to integrate themselves into Egyptian society, adopting local customs and even constructing their own capital city, Alexandria. Alexandria quickly became one of the largest and most prosperous cities in the Mediterranean world, serving as a hub for trade, scholarship, and culture. The famous Library of Alexandria, one of the largest in the ancient world, was founded here, attracting scholars from across the Mediterranean. The Ptolemies encouraged intermarriage between Greeks and Egyptians, leading to the emergence of a Greco-Egyptian culture. They also built massive irrigation projects, fostering agricultural growth and transforming the landscape. However, internal conflicts and external pressures from the Seleucids and the rising power of Rome ultimately led to Egypt's decline. In 30 BC, Octavian, later known as Augustus, defeated Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom, and Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. During Roman rule, Egypt continued to be a vital part of the empire. Its strategic location on the Mediterranean Sea made it an important center for trade and military activity. Alexandria remained a prominent commercial hub, while cities like Aswan and Edfu flourished as well. The Romans recognized the importance of maintaining order in Egypt. They established a number of administrative centers and deployed military forces to ensure stability. The prefect of Egypt, appointed by the emperor, held significant power overseeing both civil and military affairs. Egypt's proximity to the eastern provinces and the Red Sea ports made it crucial for the Roman army's logistical needs. Several military camps were established throughout the province, housing auxiliary troops and providing support for legions stationed elsewhere. The Roman occupation of Egypt brought about significant changes in land ownership and labor practices. Large estates owned by wealthy individuals or the state employed a labor force known as theliot params. These laborers, primarily peasants and artisans, worked the land and provided goods and services to the state and private landowners. The Roman occupation of Egypt also had a profound impact on the religious landscape, while traditional Egyptian beliefs persisted. The introduction of Roman gods and the growth of Greco-Roman cults led to syncretism and the adoption of new religious practices. The cult of Isis, a form of Egyptian goddess worship, gained popularity among the Roman population. Under Byzantine rule, which began in 395 AD when the Roman Empire was officially divided, Egypt continued to be an integral part of the Eastern Roman or Byzantine realm. During this period, the province faced various challenges, including incursions by Germanic tribes and the emergence of the Sasanian Empire as a formidable rival to the east. Emperor Leo I the Thracian initiated administrative reforms aimed at strengthening imperial authority in Egypt, focusing on tax collection and the military. However, the reign of Emperor Anastasius I, known for his efforts to reconcile with the Monophysite Christians, caused tensions between the ruling elite and the monastic population. The latter's opposition to imperial policies led to social unrest and violence. Towards the end of the 6th century, the Nika riots broke out in Constantinople involving rival political factions, but soon spiraled into a wider revolt against imperial rule, spreading to Egypt and other provinces. Despite these challenges, Egypt continued to play a significant role in the Byzantine Empire. Cities like Alexandria remained important commercial hubs, facilitating trade along the Mediterranean and with India via the Red Sea agriculture. Particularly the cultivation of wheat and papyrus continued to be vital to the economy. Under Emperor Maurus, efforts were made to address social issues and improve administration. But these reforms did not fully alleviate the tensions that plagued the empire. In 640, Egypt was conquered by Arab armies during the Muslim conquest of the Levant, and the Byzantine defeat at the Battle of the Yarmouk in 636 allowed the Rashidun Caliphate to turn its attention to Egypt, a small Muslim force of around 4,000 under the command of Amr Ibn al-As landed in Egypt in 640 and began their campaign to conquer the province. They faced fierce resistance from the Byzantine forces led by the commander Theodore, who initially prevented the Muslims from advancing further inland. However, the Muslims persevered, laying siege to the major cities, including Alexandria, the capital of Roman Egypt. Throughout 640 and 641, the Muslim forces gradually conquered large parts of the province, including the cities of Fustat and Bilbis. At the end of 644, they had successfully captured Alexandria, effectively conquering Egypt and incorporating it into the Muslim world. The Arab conquest of Egypt marked the end of foreign domination over the region, which had begun with the Persian invasion in 525 BC for nearly 1,200 years. Egypt had been ruled by known Egyptian powers, including the Persians, Greeks, and Romans, each leaving their own mark on the land. With the arrival of the Arabs, Egypt once again came under the rule of people who shared its cultural and religious heritage. Did you know that according to National Geographic, there are actually 117 confirmed pyramids in Egypt? That's right. Most people don't realize just how many pyramids were actually made. In total, 10 of them date back to the Old Kingdom, 5 to the Middle Kingdom, and 5 to the New Kingdom. And of course, the remaining 102 were constructed during the Ptolemaic dynasty. In fact, the majority of these pyramids were built as tombs for the pharaoh's favorite wives and family members rather than the pharaohs themselves. And that's it for our video on ancient Egypt. We hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating civilization and its rich history. If you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on ancient civilizations. And why not share your thoughts on ancient Egypt in the comments below? Which period of ancient Egyptian history fascinated you the most? What aspects of Egyptian civilization impressed you the most? Your comments always inspire us and help us create even better videos. Thanks for watching and joining us on this journey through time. Until next time, keep exploring the past and discovering the wonders of ancient civilizations.